Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are having a fantastic morning. It has snowed about 4 inches so far, and we are expected to get another 6 to 8 inches. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Carrington. If this is not your first time here, then hi, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be doing a Shop My Stash bag while also talking project pan. So if you love all things makeup, if you love using products from your collection, such as Shop My Stashes, love talking about new makeup, love project pans, then definitely go ahead, hit that subscribe button, click the little bell to be notified of all my future uploads, and let's go ahead and let's dive on into today's video. So usually I do a Shop My Stash bag where I kind of have a theme, and I also started a project pan last month. This month, I just want to focus on my project pan. So I want my project pan to be my Shop My Stash so I could really focus on using up my products. I am making like some good progress, but I definitely want to be able to really focus more on my products. If you guys are excited to see what's in my project pan, how much progress I have been making so far, then you're definitely going to want to keep on watching. So I always start with eyes, and so for my eye primer, I have the Ulta Matte Eye Primer. And I'm just going to start from the top and squeeze it right on down and get just a little bit and cover my eyes. Then for my eyes, I like to kind of set this eye primer, and I'm going to use my loose setting powder, which is the Maybelline Fit Me, and I'm just gonna go on through, pack both sides. So then we have the Gleam Light Chocolate Donut Palette. I haven't really been able to dip into this a whole lot, so I'm gonna start off with the shade. It's going with Sweet Filling, which is the lightest shade. Go ahead and start diving in. Oh, this is such like a good everyday, easy to use palette. Like if you want something that's neutral, super easy to use, pigmented, effortless, I think you'll like this palette a lot. I just love how easy it is. Then I'm going to go into the shade Let's Do Chocolicious. We'll focus that just right here in the crease and a little bit above. And then we'll go into the shade Eclair. Focus that on like the outer corner. Then we're going to use the NYX Glitter Primer. I do this for like all shimmers. Get a little bit on my finger. Put this all around. Then I'm going to go into the shade right here called Boston Cream. And we're going to focus that kind of like on like the center to outer portion of my eye. It's a really beautiful shade. And then I'm going to go into the shade right here called White Chocolate. It's kind of like a duochrome. I'm going to put that on my like center to inner portion of my eye. Now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go do the other eye off camera, come back, and then we'll move on into some more steps. So now let's go ahead and let's dive on into the priming of the skin. So priming of the skin. Yeah, no, okay, that does make sense. So I have the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. Don't necessarily notice that it's like super cooling, but so when I first started using this, I didn't really notice a whole lot of like a mint scent, but now that I've been using it a lot, I feel like the mint scent is getting stronger. So I don't know, it's kind of weird to me. So then I have the Beauty Bakery, the Butter Silk That's how much I got left. I don't really use a whole lot of this, so just gonna kind of focus that right in my T-zone, on my nose. Just focusing this where I do have some like large pores. So definitely like right in here on each side. Got some down here and a little bit here. And then I like to just like tap it in so I can like fill in those pores nicely. Okay, so I do have two different foundations. I kind of just switch back and forth, but I guess I'll go ahead and use this because I am slowly but surely starting to use this up. So I do put a little bit on my face, but then I do make sure I focus some down my neck to cover, because I just look how that's just markedly darker, and it kind of does start to what is that? What am I trying to say? It does oxidize. Wow. Thought I was having a stroke. Okay. So I'm going to take my huge sponge. This is my e.l.f. sponge that they released in 2020 Christmas time. Literally favorite sponge ever. No, I have top 3 sponges, and this is one of them. And they do have like other sponges that are nice and soft, but I'm here to tell you it does not compare to like this sponge. It just does not compare. This just blends everything in so nicely. So then for cream contour slash bronzer, we have the Huda Tantour Contour and Bronze Cream. This is in the shade Fair. I have definitely used up quite a bit of this. Just like to start stamping this. Here's the thing, for this being for like fair skin, I do feel like it's still like pretty deep for fair skin. Then I'm gonna take my Wet n Wild Incognito concealer and start putting this under my eyes. I'm going to start blending out the Incognito concealer first with that sponge that I love so much because it's so squishy that you can like squish it into such a fine point to get it up in your eyes. So good. And I'm going to take the bottom of my sponge and I'm going to start blending out that cream bronzer. So for cream blush, I have the Flower Bombs. I'm going to use the shade Pinched. I also have the shade Nectar, which is a little bit lighter and a little bit more vibrant, but I think this will be fine. So I like to take a little tiny dot, stamp it into my hand with the sponge, and then start to lightly go over. Then I want to set underneath my eyes, so I'm going to take my Charlotte Tilbury powder. This is basically what I use this for, is to set underneath my eyes. It's so good. You can use it to set all over your face, but that's what I use my loose powder for. And this is just, it's so good to just set underneath your eyes. It's a fantastic powder, especially if you like dry eyes like I do, or cakey or anything. Cakey. Creasy. This is such a good powder. Alright, so then let's go ahead and let's try doing the lower lash line. So I'm first going to take the shade Sweet Filling, again, which is that lightest shade, and just focus that right underneath the lash line. Then I'm going to take Chocolicious and run that a little bit closer to the lash line, but again, all the way across. Then I'll take Eclair and just focus that like right on the outer portion of the eye. Next I'm going to take my Ulta Beauty Brow Tint, I think this is starting to come to an end. It's just starting to get really dry. I'm just gonna run this through my brows. Just to kind of like darken my brows just a little bit. So then while I wait for that to set my brows, I'm gonna go ahead and start going in with my powder products. So first off we have, well, this is basically the gist of the powder products, is we've got this little quad from ColourPop. It's called the Just a Flush Quad. And I'm just gonna go in the bronzer first and just focus this right along the cheekbone just to help warm everything up. Alright, so then we're going to go into one of these blushes. I think I'm going to go into like the lighter blush. Just going to tap that in and start towards the back of the cheeks and just lightly bring it forward. So then we have this, this is the thing I've hit pan on, this Super Shock highlighter. So I like to just run my finger in it, get a good amount of product, and start to focus that on my cheek area. This is definitely very glittery. Bring it everywhere. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead. This is the Neutrogena Radiant Setting Spray Healthy Skin. So this has like a very strong mister. If I spray this directly at my face, I will get like large red water droplets on my face. I don't really like that, so I do just like to do that and then just either go like this or bring my face into it or whatever. I feel like that's the best way to do it. Alright, so now on to the mascaras. This I love. So I like to take the Maybelline Sky High first, and I like to just coat my lashes with one coat, but I like to really make sure I'm coating my lashes. So what I mean by that is I am sitting here coating with one side of the brush. Once I feel like I'm not getting much else from the brush, then I'll turn the brush and I'll do that all the way around. So here we are with one coat going all the way around the brush, my lashes. Like here's this side, here's this side. So then I take the Maybelline, the Falsies. I feel like the Sky High definitely gives me some length. The Falsies gives me a little bit more volume. And so I will do the exact same thing I did with the Sky High, where I will just sit there and coat my lashes with each side of my brush. Just work it all the way around. With this mascara combination, I constantly have people asking if I am wearing falsies, when really it's just this combination. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera, do the mascara on the other eyes. I'm going to go ahead and fill in my brows using my Huda Beauty Micro Brow Pencil. We got like this much left. So definitely making some progress in this. So I am going to go ahead, go off camera, go do those parts of my makeup, and then we will come back so we can finish off with some lips. Let's go ahead, let's now move on to the lips. So for the lip liner, I have the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Obvi for like obviously. I need to sharpen it, but I cannot find one of my pencil sharpeners, and I literally have like 3. Now we're going to go in with the Dubious Place lipstick. This is in the shade Me. I really have barely used this. I really barely use my lip products, period, just because I have been on a kick with some of my other lip products that I just discovered. I'm on a kick. Then we're going to go into a Dubious Place gloss. This is in the shade Barely There. I'm just going to top that so down. Alright, and that is it for today's look. This is the Shop My Stash using my project pan for the month. This is, again, really simple, really easy to do. It's like a good everyday where I can just do cream products, I can just do powders, I can do a mixture of both like I did today. It's super easy, super effortless. You just have a really easy eye, really easy lip. So I definitely am really excited to use up some of my project pan stuff, and have it as my Shop My Stash. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like project pans? Do you not? Do you like Shop My Stashes more? Do you like both? Leave that all down below in the comments. I'm so excited to hear from you. If you enjoy all things makeup, you're definitely going to want to hit that subscribe button, click the little bell so you're notified of all my future uploads, and I will see you guys in my next video.